Guys, what's going on? This video is going to be a little bit weird and probably a little bit long. I hadn't made a video in a while and I had some weird footage that was kind of all over the place and incomplete, so I'm going to patch it together, see what we can come up with. Another idea that I had was I was going to do a title sequence. I just think it's a cool thing. This is what I came up with, so let me know what you think. Let's get into it. A handful of really good sales and a bunch of good pickups. I've been off the ranch for a little while. We're in the middle of moving, and so I have been working on that kind of stuff, not really as available to do pickups. And I found some good stuff, but I haven't been recording or really had my phone with me when I was ready to get things. I did a little bit. I made some weird, like, hey, I'm at this thrift store, and then my phone died, or I didn't have my phone with me when I was doing recording, or I didn't get the recording that I thought I got. So I'll include some of that kind of stuff, and I'll let you see what it is that I did do. This might end up being a little bit of a long video, so stick through to the end. All right, so in sales, sold this Tonka truck. I picked it up at an estate sale. I had $15 into everything, and I sold a skateboard for, geez, $275. So this is pure profit. Sold for $20 exactly, plus shipping. Everything was right around the $20 mark. These are, in this box, it's gold, like Hollywood Regency kind of towel rings. And the story behind these things, it's sad, but it's true. They are the very last thing that I ever bought at Peak and Used Furniture. And it makes me sad to get rid of them, because Peak and Used Furniture was such a great place. I got to know a lot of good people, and I got so many good buys, and it's sad that it's gone. When one of your favorite thrift stores is gone, it's no fun. So Tony, Dustin, Mark, this is my tribute to Peak and Used Furniture. Say hi to Fritz for me. So those sold for $20, including shipping. The Tonka truck was $22. I sold these old Reeboks. These are from the 80s. And they're a little beat, or they've been worth more. You can see they've got some wear on the front. But they were size 13 and a half, I think. No, these were 11 and a half. The other ones I picked up that same day were 13 and a half. These sold for $29.99 plus shipping. And so everything that I sold was right around $20. These sold for, I had $25.99 on them. These are Dickies, and I picked them up at Goodwill. They're overalls. I picked them up at Goodwill in the men's section, and the two things that I didn't notice about them when I paid $6 for them, once I got them home, I realized that they were new with tag. That's always a good surprise. The other thing is that they were, let's see, you probably already see it on there. Anyway, they're ladies. I was not expecting the pinkness of the Dickies tag. They're ladies, and they, I normally don't get into women's clothes, but I normally don't get an opportunity to buy women's clothes off the men's rack because the people at Goodwill don't know where to put it away. So I bought those, and it was a good buy. They ended up selling for $20. So I'll take that all day long. I got these a long time ago, and I didn't know quite what to do with them, and I'm like, forget it, I'm just gonna list them and see what happens. They were they're Adidas, and they're a nice looking, like, skateboard, just flat, nice looking shoe, and these are 12 and a half. They sold for $20. They were custom. That's what I was gonna say. They were something that you ordered custom off of the Adidas website, and they I don't know what that freaking CAG. I wanted somebody told me what they thought it might be, but there's no way to know for sure. So I just sold them, and they sold for 20 bucks plus shipping. And so hopefully that means something to somebody who got them, or they're just going to ignore it because they're nice shoes and that was a decent price. Couple of other things. Oh, these sold for $20. Just I was having trouble getting these moved individually, so I just laddered them up, and I was like, I'm getting tired of looking at them. That's a Ford belt buckle, and there's a Batman belt buckle. That one's pretty cool. I could have just given it to my brother. He would have been excited, except he doesn't wear belt buckles. Come on, Tim. Comment, tell him you don't wear belt buckles and you didn't need a Batman belt buckle. I'm sure you would have found something to do with it. This one's a Honda belt buckle, and it's old, but it's like 74, but it's in pretty bad shape. This one, forklift operator. I'd have probably kept that one back when I worked at Menards, and I operated a forklift from time to time. And this is an 80s Hot Wheels. I probably could have held out and got more money, but I got them gone. That's the thing. So those are the things that sold in the last day or two. And so I'll get that stuff bundled up, and we'll move on to bigger and brighter things. All right, guys. Well, I'm out running a couple of errands, and I'm going to hit a couple of thrift stores. I'll let you know if I find anything cool. I wasn't planning on doing any sourcing today, but the kids are at grandma's, and I've got a handful of minutes because I got more done with my house husband stuff than I expected to. I'll bring you along, let you know if we find anything. You guys saw me in my New York Rangers jersey saying I was going into a thrift store. And I'm not a New York Rangers fan. I'm not a hockey fan. I'm a fan of that really comfy shirt. But when I was in there, I was able to pick up, they had a rack full of ties, and they were all $1 a piece. And I've been wanting to dip my toe into the tie water because people talk a lot about making money on ties. So I got this one. It's Brooks Brothers, and it's just a nice little flower pattern. And I was able to pick up this other one, and it's also Brooks Brothers. I was able to find an exact comp on this, and it's about a $20 tie. And then I was able to pick up this one that is Robert Talbot, who is a tie designer, and this one's for Baccarat. And so I think the Brooks Brothers ones are both about $15 plus shipping. I don't know about the Robert Talbot one yet. We'll find out. If I get $20 a piece out of the other two, it doesn't really make a lot of difference what I get out of that one because I'll be way into the profit. And then the only other thing that I found there, and I was excited about it, I don't fish. I don't know anything about fishing, but I picked up this precision trolling, which could be a manual unto itself. Anyway, a couple of things that caught my eye. It's in a binder, and all of the pages are laminated. And it says, for more information, call a phone number, as opposed to go to a website. This is last dated 1996. But anyway, I couldn't find this exact model. I didn't look real hard, but everything that I found that comped anywhere near this, like this, was around $100, which is crazy. So I'll do some more digging and see if I can find this exact same one and get a decent comp on it. That was all that I got at the Nearly New shop. All right, so I'm here at Goodwill. In the next town over, they have more money than we do in my town, so these prices are probably going to be ridiculous. But sometimes I can find a sleeper here and there, so let's see what we find. Columbia, $11. Ooh, that's a Woolrich 3X. That's $3.99. That's for sure. Rock and Republic, $11. Huh. Not right this second. One of the things that you'll see in the video was I picked up this Woolrich. It's I'll call it vintage. It's probably like 2000, which at this point makes it 20 years old. That's vintage. It's weird for me. The year that I graduated high school is now vintage. My high school diploma is a vintage. But that was $4. It's a $40 sweater all day long. The thing that I was most excited about that I picked up that same day at Goodwill was this hideous mess of a dress shirt. This shirt is Guess by Marciano. It's a made in the USA, so that makes it probably at least early 90s, if not late 80s. And what's most exciting about that, that's about a $40 shirt again, and it was only $4.99, $3.99 at the Goodwill in East Peoria. And what's really cool about that is my son picked that. He's like, Dad, this is a crazy looking shirt. I bet somebody'd pay for that. And I was like, well, let's see. What he doesn't know is that I think I'm going to let him try to reinvest the money that whatever we make on that one. And I'll keep track of what he's making and see if he can't start his own little picking. Because if he can pick out an 80s dress shirt that's worth $40, perhaps he's got a little bit of a golden touch. Man, guys, I should have been filming in there. I got a bunch of RA stuff tonight. Target toys clearance has been pretty good for me a couple of times. I'll show you once we get home what I was able to pick up. Let's talk RA. RA is retail arbitrage. Arbitrage is a word that means taking something from one market to another in order to profit on the difference in the prices in those markets. Now, East Peoria Target is evidently not a great market for these particular toys because they comp on eBay significantly higher. I was able to pick up these train tracks. Are regular price at Target was $7.99. I was able to pick them up for $2.30 a piece. It's just a package of tracks, but those comp on eBay at $15. So there were two different SKUs, and I got three sets of each SKU. And so what I thought I was going to do was put the red train, the one with the red train on the front and the one with the yellow train on the front together as a set, sell those for $15 plus shipping, and I would be well below the market for everybody else. And so they should sell pretty quick. And then I'm gonna make $10 a piece on those, and I'll end up with $30 pretty quick and easy on some retail arbitrage. The thing about arbitrage is that it tends to be a little bit more long tail. You're not gonna make your money immediately most of the time, and the margins are a little bit slimmer. But when you're like me and you're doing it for a living, every dollar that you can make makes a difference, and those are pretty good margins for retail arbitrage. I was at Walmart today, funny story, and I was able to pick up a handful of these. These are another thing that I'm going to lot the two different SKUs together and try to come in under the market for everybody else. And that is Chase and Rubble. These were on the shelf, and hopefully I captured some video of this. They were on the shelf at $4.99 regular price, $9.99, and then I scanned them with the Walmart app, and they ended up being $1.50. Hey guys, stepping up my retail arbitrage game. We're in Walmart this morning, and look at this. This is Chase. I have all the good ones in my cart already. $4.50, but check this out. When you shoot it in the app, they come up at $1.50, and those comp for $10 a piece. I wouldn't buy them if they were $4.50, but looking in the app, they're $1.50, so that's definitely worth my time. So I took all of the clean packages that they had, and I was able to get enough to do 4 sets of Chase and Marshall together, and then I had one left over Marshall. There were a few other retail arbitrage things that I was able to get both at Target and at Walmart in the last couple of days, and I'll make a little bit of money on. There was some gold Star Wars figures from the new Skywalker movie, and there was some Fortnite toys. Nothing super interesting. and some Bakugans that they had them for $3.88 and they comp at $9. And so I got 5 of them, and what I'm going to try to do is lot them together and come in about 20% under what the regular market is, and try to get those moved reasonably quickly. On all of this retail arbitrage stuff, my game plan is, if it doesn't sell during the year, it will sell higher at Christmas. And so if I just nest away all of this brand new in packaged toys all year long, it's not costing me anything to store it. And so then I will make a lot of money, just there sometime between October and sometime between Halloween and Thanksgiving. It's Bolo time, ladies and gentlemen. Bolo. For those of you who aren't familiar with the reseller terms, Bolo means be on the lookout for these. This one happens to be the Tennessee Titans. So Zach Young, this is up for sale on eBay if you need that. He's the only Tennessee Titans fan that I know, and he's not from Tennessee. He just picked them when they became a new team and has stuck with them all these years. Way to go, Zach. But this is Salute to the Military Tennessee Titans NFL hoodie, and then on the back it's Tennessee Titans, and it's obviously the Army colors, and then the camouflage on the inside. And what's weird about it, as far as hoodies go, it does have a pocket that goes all the way through like a normal hoodie, but it's kind of a hidden thing. I made a mistake on this because I was trying to list it when I was tired, and I didn't end up putting it as buy it now. It comps at like $50. And I picked it up for like $3. But I didn't get it up for buy it now. I ended up clicking list it on the app before I entered the price, and so it went up for auction at $8.99, and it's going to end in the middle of the night. It was some weird time. It was an accident on my part, but it immediately caught a bid, so then I really couldn't take the auction down and list it the right way. But it's up to like $30 in bids. So I'm just gonna let it ride. I just decided I was gonna let it ride anyway, but I think it's gonna finish with fine profit for me. But if you guys are out trying to find something and you run into a hoodie that just kind of looks normal, like a normal green NFL hoodie, what drew me to it was this thing. It is not Velcro. It is hook and loop on there. The name being on there that way really made me think, I should grab that for $3 and see if it's worth anything. And I guess I'm glad that I did, because it was. All right, well, hey, thanks for hanging in there with me. If you've made it this far, I can't thank you enough for sticking in there. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you were entertained. This is going to wrap up the regular part of the video, but as promised, I had a couple of bloopers, some things that I thought were not worth putting in the video, but not really worth cutting out. So stick around and watch those. I know what you're thinking. Tom, that hat, it's awesome. Yes, it is busted in the back. It is dirty as it can be. The front is falling apart. I bought this hat new at the Northwoods Mall in 1997, and I've worn it fairly consistently ever since, and it shows every day of it. So I'm going to be wearing this hat from time to time. This is my lazying around the house hat. Lazying around the house hat, and it has seen better days, but I've had it with me longer than I've known my wife, longer than any of my kids, longer than my house. I've had this hat forever, and it will never die. One of my friends' moms from when I was in high school said, hey, we're cleaning out some closets, and I know this is some stuff that you would be interested in. So I went over there, and I got a whole bunch of stuff, and part of what was in there was these Takigamis, and I was very surprised when I ordered batteries for them, and they worked. One of them worked, the other one didn't. So I've been trying to keep the dumb thing alive because it's funny. I'll probably play with it a day or two, and then I'll list it. Just fun stuff in the life of a reseller. This is something I found at a yard sale for $15, and I thought I was going to flip it, but It's way too cool, so now it's in my house. Well, hello, YouTubers. Hello, thrifters. Hey, what's up, Mod Pop Nation? How's it going, guys? I'm trying to figure out a good thing to say when I start the video. What would you like to be called? Comment below. Let me know what you guys think. So instead of moving immediately into showing you guys this stuff, I took a little break. I ate a little ice cream and I watched Shed Flips, who is probably my favorite YouTuber at the moment. And I won a mug on Shed Flips, and Lonnie mentioned my name. He mentioned Mod and Pop Thrift because I won a mug. So that was pretty cool. Like it, comment on it, subscribe to it. Come on, guys, help me out.